There's a timeline on, if you're riding off of looks, there's a window.
Yeah.
And that window will close at some point. And
But
I mean,
her
she's
window
22 now. She's
her
getting
window
on.
will close after yours. Hey, I've been told that I need to show the world some of my actors. So here's one of them. It's Katie, is it?
Yes, yeah, Katie Flapp.
Katie Flapp.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Katie has been coming to the sessions. I call them sessions. Could be called actor table reads for about a year now. And I think that's been absolutely fantastic. We've done some amazing work, haven't we?
We have. I've really enjoyed it. It's been, a really challenging, but
Challenging,
in an enjoyable way. Yeah.
Because of the quality, I think,
Yeah.
of the whole situation. Now, those of you who are avid viewers will understand that Joanne is always on at me. Oh, I'm Joanne and I'm on at him. And she wants me to know my actors better, which is really nice for your benefit, not really mine. I wouldn't really get much of a benefit from knowing you any more than I do. But it's going to be interesting.
Right.
So, Katie.
Yeah.
Katie is your name.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you act?
I like that question. The reason I
one.
act is I find it's kind of like a really nice way to express myself. I think it's a beautiful form of storytelling.
Yeah.
And I think I've got a lot of experience and stories to tell, and I like that comes out in my acting and in my craft. Yeah.
Why is it though, this isn't a question I've written down, why is it important for the world that you express yourself? I mean, does it really matter? Why would your expression really take precedence over the expression of let's say a normal person? Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, I think the key there is the word normal, because why would you want to hear it from everybody else if they're all normal when you could have someone, like myself, who not necessarily has had normal experiences and is perhaps not a normal person? You'd probably want to see more of that, I think.
Well, this is what actors all believe, don't they? So, it's quite, I'm interesting, I'm important. Look at me do things, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Right.
How much have our table reads improved you?
Oh, I think...
It'd be big, wouldn't it? Be a lot.
Well, I think, acting is a talent you're kind of born with. And, of course you can hone the technique and the skills. And I think it's been really nice to connect with your other actors and to get in front of the camera regularly.
You talk to the other actors?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like
not
when we're
outside
filming?
the sessions, but
Yeah.
when we're working on scripts together.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to them. So yeah, the growth element, I think I've kind of always been born with a certain talent, but
Really?
I have enjoyed connecting, and so perhaps
The scripts as well. I mean, just because you don't really get to experience scripts of that quality anywhere really. I mean, I would think that's probably a way that you've been enabled, been given the position to be improved.
Yes.
That's because the quality
Yeah.
of the writing is such a high standard.
Yeah.
I mean, you can obviously go and read Shakespeare. You can tour in the Shakespeare play. That's good. That's good stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But outside of that, the stuff we're doing is probably, I wouldn't say the next best. I would say like the modern equivalent. What are your ambitions now?
My ambitions. Listen, I always say dream big. I've really got my eye on, an award of some kind, an Oscar, a BAFTA.
Really?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
24?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's completely achievable within the next few years.
They don't like to give Oscars. It kind of depends. If you become a character actress, then you can win an Oscar from about the age of 55 up until your death.
Right.
If you're relying on looks, you can't really win an Oscar after 35. So you'll have that 20-year barren period where you don't look old enough and you don't look young enough.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I don't really know. It's difficult to say, looking at you, what you'll be like when you're 55.
Yeah.
So I think you've got. I mean, you really need to have shot. You really need to have shot your Oscar-winning film within 10 years, I think.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm within the process of it, getting the auditions, and I think 10 years is more than enough time.
Yeah, supporting actress
Win
or best actress.
I think best actress. Yeah.
It's important.
And maybe it won't be the only one.
Two
maybe.
Oscars.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to dream big and don't give up on your dreams.
Katharine Hepburn had 4. I think that's the record, and
that's quite a lot.
She was beloved, and I think she won most of those. No, you see, again, this proves what I'm saying. So she won the first 3 under 35. She won the last one when she was elderly.
Interesting.
So because they did a whole kind of, this might be Catherine's last chance. Got to give it to her.
Right.
Got to give it, and then she had 4, and she was like, "I've got too many Oscars," because that's kind of how she, certainly when she was older, that's how she talked. So tell me a little bit then, Katie.
Yeah.
About your background. You're still very young, but your early life. How did you? Why did you? And when?
So why, when, how?
What?
Essentially, it's kind of one of those things where the second I kind of popped into the world, I always had a thing for the stage and dressing up and playing and all these things. And obviously, my father, who was David Flapp, and he created a lot of, he works in Hollywood, so he essentially told me, he got me in on little films and stuff, and then from there it really kind of snowballed. I mean, not that I've ever had a role above being a supported artist or an extra, but he does keep telling me that he's going to gear up to that, and he said, Katie, it's just a matter of time.
Sort of like one of those, if you had a snowball but you didn't have the mountain.
Right.
So it's just like it might be an okay size, like maybe like the start of the body of a snowman, but it's flat, so it's not going to go anywhere. So you go, well, that's here, but if the climate's cold enough, it won't melt. So you can always go and look at the snowball if you're in like Alaska or something. Yeah. Is it?
And my father has created a freezing climate.
Yeah.
So that I can retain my career.
The integrity of the ball.
And he just says we just need the right role to come along, because he doesn't do the writing, he does the producing. So
yeah.
So he just said, the second I find that role for you, it's yours.
Surprising that he hasn't been more helpful.
it's not easy for him. He's got a very stressful job, and he just said the right role hasn't come along yet to be in a Hollywood film.
So he's in Hollywood. You're not in Hollywood. You're in London. So you're trying to do film work here. You're trying to do stage work here.
I was sent to boarding school here.
Right.
So I've always I've kind of just always been here.
Yeah.
And I have texted him a few times, and he has answered and said, I've been like, well, can I come live with you in Hollywood? Because obviously I'm going to win an Oscar in 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
At the most, like you want it, if you can get it sooner, try, because that's edgy. I mean, that is edgy.
Well, yeah, debatable. I mean, I'm manifesting it, so yeah. So he did reply, and he said, when we've got a role for you, you can come out. But for the meantime, you really need to. I think it's best to stay in England.
Yeah, don't come. Don't come.
Essentially, I mean, I think that's because he is just really busy, and he just wouldn't have time.
He's not with your mother anymore.
No, she's here.
She's here. Who's he with?
Yeah, he's now he's got a girlfriend she turned 22 the other day.
22, so she's younger than you.
She's younger than me. Yeah. So she's like a sister to me, which is really nice.
Really? Have you met her often?
Yeah, for Christmas.
Christmas she came over.
Yeah, they come to England, and they'll rent a hotel or an Airbnb, and I'll see them for a couple of hours on Christmas, and then back to my mum's really.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that starts to make sense. 22-year-old. 22-year-old. What was her name? Kathleen? No, that's your name, isn't it? No,
my name's Katie.
It's close then, K-A-T. Yeah, and it's not Kathleen. It's
it's
Laura.
Daisy.
Yeah.
Daisy.
Daisy is she an actor too?
Yes. She's doing very well.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you not worry? Do you not worry? I'm sure you do. I would imagine in your position there's quite a lot of worry. But do you not worry about this particular thing, which is your dad finds the role that would be good for you, but he gives it to Daisy?
The thought has crossed my mind, and I did mention it last Christmas.
Yeah.
And then he kind of went, Katie, don't do this in front of Daisy.
Yeah.
Because Daisy did start to cry. That was
Did you get Daisy to go away and then?
Well, I said I should probably have a private conversation with my
should be allowed to talk to my father at Christmas.
Yeah.
Get out. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah. But she didn't want to, so.
No. Well, you see, the thing is, she understands this is a meal ticket. This is a great meal ticket for her, because as long as she can keep him interested, and I imagine she's pretty, because he's not going to go out with. You don't just go out with somebody because of their age. I mean, you have to look the part too, right? So he's like, oh yeah, Daisy's pretty great. Daisy's pretty great. Right. Let's go. Oh, do we have to go back at Christmas? It's a bit of that. Yeah. Bit of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it from his perspective. I think if I were him, I think deep down, I would want to help you. But fundamentally, day to day, to get trouble off my back, satisfy the person who's in the room.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's how Hollywood works. But I do believe
satisfying the person in the room.
Of course, and it has been like that for years. But I mean, the thing about Daisy, I think it's like you said. There's a timeline on if you're riding off of looks. There's a window, and that window will close at some point. And
but
I mean, she's 22 now. She's
her window will close after yours.
Arguable, because I am actually riding on talent.
She has no talent.
Well, I don't want to be mean.
Less talent.
No, she has no talent.
No talent.
No
talent. Less talent. Not enough talent.
Enough.
If she weren't, but she's got some talent. Because you hooked Hollywood producer.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Well, I've been an extra in lots of
I mean like do you have a boyfriend? So getting back to the problems with your father, fascinating. I mean, it seems you're quite well connected.
Yeah.
Which we do find a lot with actors. About half the ones I run into, because people who aren't well connected tend to fall by the wayside because they run out of money and things. Whereas the posh people, just there's kind of an endless well. Like they can kind of just muck around until usually like drug addiction or something takes over, or some kind of misery, or they make some kind of catastrophic error that means that they can't do anything. But fundamentally, they could make endless mistakes, but just not really get anywhere, and there's kind of no pressure. There's no pressure to make it work. So that's the happy situation you're in, and you've lucked out in so many ways. But in the way that you've lucked out probably more than any other is your involvement in our series. So I would say Daisy, talentless Daisy, has shown the way a little bit.
Yeah.
That there's got to be, she's going to get fed first. Yeah. And there has to be, somebody that you could go, all right, I need to make friends with this person. Friendly friends with this person, and then then you can be in the same position. You need to make your father jealous of your situation, want to kind of swoop in. This will be clever. And that's true drama. That's real life drama, which could only serve to help you in acting dramatically.
Oh my God!
I always
like
think.
Succession or something.
That's the excitement. That's the level.
That's interesting. So what you're saying is I should send him the footage of the series.
You could send him this.
I could send him.
You could send him this, and he would see, the hurt he's causing.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
And amend his ways, but definitely send him the series as well, because to be honest, another Hollywood producer interested in what we're doing. And I wasn't considering you for any roles, seriously. But if that were a deal breaker, we could give you something. We could give you something to do. We'd give you a line.
So if I send this to my dad, you'll give me a line in the series?
I'll give you a line in a series, yeah.
In a series?
If he produces it. If he produces it, you can have a line. Like a bar woman or something.
Yeah.
What would you like to drink, sir?
I could do that.
Would you like? It might not be that. Would you like anything to drink, sir?
I'd probably put on like a Cockney accent or something. So I would go, "What would you like to drink, sir?"
What would you like?
It would be a bit like EastEnders or something.
Yeah.
Rough and.
Yeah.
I do really well in that role.
Yeah. What would you like to drink, sir?
Get out of my pub.
Yeah.
Probably throw that.
Well, I don't know if I've written. I haven't written. I think maybe take what you're given. But.
Yeah.
Well, that was fascinating. Now, Katie, because of her connections, will continue to appear in our show, and I hope you've enjoyed. I hope she's enjoyed talking about her life and very interesting relationship with her father and her father's girlfriend. And I hope that you've enjoyed getting to know Katie. And what you've got to do now is, Joanne is always telling me, you've got to subscribe to the channel, you've got to ring the bell, you've got to like the thing, don't dislike the thing, but you won't dislike the thing if you're still watching, because you've already disliked it because you were raised by dogs. I'll see you on the next one. That's it. Didn't need to tell her. Wave. See? We know what to do. It's professional. All right.